For this lesson, we will be multiplying polynomials using the distributive property. So there are 2 points to remember. We're going to be multiplying the coefficients, and we will add the exponents of like variables. So let's look at problem number 1. It's the polynomial or the binomial of 4x minus 3 times the polynomial of 2x squared plus 5x minus 1. You'll notice that I broke the first factor into 2 parts. I took the 4x squared, and then I captured the sign in front of the 3, and I wrote negative 3x. What we will be doing is we will be using the distributive property to multiply each one of these, and then we will have to add together the 2 polynomials that we get. So let's go ahead and let's do our multiplication. Remember, when we multiply, you multiply everything by 4x. And when we do this, we're going to want to make sure we catch that negative sign or the subtraction sign. So 4x times 2x cubed. This is to the first power, so that's 8x cubed. And I had said cubed before. That one actually was squared. Plus 20x times 5x would be 4 times 5 is 20. And x times x, we add the exponents, it's x squared. All right, notice for the next one, it's 4x, and we're going to multiply by a negative 1, so it is minus 4x. That so far is part 1. Now for the second part, we're going to go ahead and we're going to be multiplying by a negative 3. And when we do that, we're going to want to line up our like terms so we can add them easily. So negative 3 times 2x squared is negative 6x squared. Well, I heard myself say 6x squared, and it's a negative 6x squared. Notice where I'm putting it. And now, so I've done that. Now I'm going to multiply the second one. Negative 3 times a positive 5x is a negative 15x, so it's minus 15x. And finally, negative 3 times a negative 1 is a plus 3. Again, now all we're going to do is we're going to add our columns. Notice I have all of my like terms lined up to make it easy to add. So this is, and I can start over here, this is a plus 3. A negative 4x and a negative 15 is a negative 19x. A 20x squared minus 6x squared would be plus 14x squared. And this is a positive 8x cubed. There is our answer when multiplying the 2 polynomials using the distributive property. So let's look at the second one. I have 2y squared minus y plus 5 times the quantity of 2y minus 3. And you might be wondering why I didn't go ahead and break this up. Well, if I did that, I would have to have 3 different distributive property problems. So I decided to just use this one and break it up into 2 parts where I have my 2y that I will be multiplying. And again, I have a negative 3 that I will be multiplying everything in this first polynomial. All right, so let's do the multiplication. And again, we will definitely be multiplying all 3 terms. So there's a 1 there. 2 times 3 is equal to 6. And I have a 1 and a 2, so it's y to the 3rd power. And now it's 2y minus y. So that's, remember, there's a 1 there, and this has a 1 as an exponent. So 2 times a negative 1 is negative 2, and a y, 1 plus a 1 is y squared. And going for the last one, 2y times 5 is plus 10y. All right, let's go to the second. Remember, as we're multiplying the second, we're going to line up our like terms. So a -3, we're going to multiply each one of these. Now I have to be careful with my signs now. A -3 times a 3 is a -9, and that would be y squared. So I'm putting it right here, -9y squared. Want to line up my like terms so I can add easily. A -3 times a -1 is going to be a +3, and we have a y. So it's plus 3y. And a -3 times 5 is a -15. All right, I'm going to put together my columns. I have my -15, which is now my subtraction sign there. I have 13y, and these are positive. I have a -2 and a -9. That's a -11y squared. And I have just bring my 6y to the third power or cube down. Remember, when we're adding, we don't do anything with the exponents. We just go ahead and add or subtract the coefficients. So this is my answer. If this video was helpful to you today, please add a like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe for more Math with Marcia. See you again soon.